Hi again, everyone. I'm olliemathews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from River Floater. And River Floater gave a couple of super chats in the comments, which I will use for this video. And since the super chats were part of the Estranged Parents series, we might as well carry on with that theme, shall we? Oh, this one's 6.5 minutes. Let's go. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
If you are an estranged parent, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to talk about a few things on this app. Too much of this is being thrown around. I tried to create this video earlier, and TikTok was trying to, they were trying to make sure I didn't talk about the things I was going to talk about because I tagged.
What? TikTok is stopping you from talking about estranged parents? How is that? What? Like, what? Wait, what? They're all over this platform. What are you talking about?
A certain therapist in my video who had stitched another creator's video on this app, and I felt so bad. But the way that he just slaughtered her in her video was ridiculous. So
why? What did he do? What did he do? Again, they have a problem with the therapists who call them out, ask them about their ask them about their children, about what happened, about how many of the kids went no contact with them. They can't stand up to scrutiny. They hate it. They just want to keep going on how they've been living their lives, being able to do and say whatever they want, wherever they want, without any scrutiny or any pushback. They can't handle it. They can't handle basic questions, basic follow-up questions to their nonsense.
So here's my rebuttal to this therapist. And I haven't figured out how he's going to see it, but I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way to make him see it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So
I'm going to find a way. Just like y'all find a way to break that wall, to break through that wall of no contact. Just like you all are continuing to find a way to violate our boundaries and have no respect for them. Got it.
You completely took this mother's grief and used it for your leverage. What, for content? For clout?
What are you all doing? You're all on here for content and clout. What are you talking about? How did he do that? By pushing back on her story? And now it's an attack. It's just an attack because they're seeking sympathy and pity. So you can't ask any probing questions to get more details. You're just supposed to take what they say at their word. And God forbid if you don't.
TikTok is full of estranged parents.
Right. So how are they blocking you from posting your content? How? Please, she does again. Another vague statement, another vague accusation that she doesn't back up. She just makes the statement and moves on.
Most of them are literally confused and overtaken by grief over the breakdown of their relationship with their estranged child.
Is it the breakdown or is it the loss of control and power? Again, once you're able to see through these people and ask these questions, you are not concerned with their emotion, with their emotional stability, with their feelings, okay? Because they've gone decades without a care in the world for anyone else's.
You use their vulnerability of this mom.
There's the vulnerability again. She's vulnerable. She's vulnerable as these moms and parents are on here bashing their children, claiming their children are being brainwashed or being by a therapist, by a spouse, by a friend. What you're doing is attacking your adult children's vulnerability. That's okay, though. That's okay. You can't do it to me. Rules for thee, not for me, once again.
To build your platform and promote.
You're not allowed to build the platform. Only they are.
Your views and your beliefs. I'm sorry, but I feel like this is like an ethical concern in my opinion.
Questioning your views and your beliefs. You don't think that's like an important question that needs to be answered? Of course not. And how do I know? There she is touching her glasses, another telltale sign through neurolinguistics that she's lying or she's hiding something.
Opinion. So you would take the grief of a mother.
Again, because they say mother, like this, like it means something, like it gives them some kind of special license to do whatever they want. Oh no, it's a crying, grieving mother. Who cares? I don't. Nor does anybody who's been abused by them and understands them and understands their motivation and what they are getting at. What the purpose of these channels is to draw their children back in so they can continue their power and abuse over them.
For the sake of engagement. I don't understand that.
Why is it only for the sake of engagement or for the sake of educating others and bringing other people out of the dark so they can live healthy and normal lives? No. We're just doing it for engagement. Well, for some of us who make a living on social media, yeah, that's a part of it. Obviously, you want as much engagement as you possibly can, as do them. So do they. But they're allowed to do it. You're not, because I'm a crying mother. Okay, miss me with that.
When did we start? Let's talk about boundaries for a moment. When did we start weaponizing boundaries?
Now it's weaponizing boundaries. You don't respect boundaries in the first place, and now it's being weaponized because you're being held to that standard. Too bad. Do you see how many problems they have? How deep their issue is with you setting up boundaries? Boundaries prevent their power. Boundaries prevent their abuse. Boundaries cause them to lose control. That's why they have problems with boundaries.
Boundaries are critical for healthy relationships, but the current narrative often frames them as walls to shut people out rather than bridges to create understanding.
Wait, what? Since when is a boundary a bridge? Again, redefining basic terms, basic words. Redefine. What boundary has a bridge? That wouldn't be a boundary then. It's a bridge. Boundaries and bridges are diametrically opposed to each other, but they will sit here and redefine basic English to fit their narratives.
Healthy boundaries are meant to define respect.
Oh, they're not? They're not? Again, they get to decide what a boundary is.
Exclusion. Encouraging estrangement as a quick fix to conflict isn't teaching strength. And if boundaries are only used as barriers, then they stop serving their purpose.
You don't understand the purpose of a boundary. They will never understand the purpose of a boundary because a boundary is what prevents them from abusing you in the first place. So they have to make some kind of ridiculous redefinition of the word, saying boundaries and bridges are the same thing. No, they are not. You burn the bridge. And I've said this for years on this channel. You burn every bridge leading back to the narcissist. This should tell you exactly why you need to. because they want this bridge. They want the access to you any way they can get it. And these adult children have learned their lesson that there can be no contact. There could be no engagement because it only leads to bad things.
It just feels so terrible in the aspect of what we are teaching this younger generation on how to deal with difficult conversations, difficult relationships.
Difficult how? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Again, just vague statements. You're obviously on these estranged parents channels and doing this for a reason, because somebody cut you out. And you don't like that your tactics no longer work. They no longer apply. So let's redefine basic English.
Difficult friendships, dealing with conflict at work, dealing with conflict at a grocery store.
Right. There's enough conflict in the world where they don't have to repeatedly have to deal with it from their own mother. They think you are obligated to take their abuse because they gave birth to you. You are not. You are not.
Or anywhere for that matter. We are teaching these young adults to avoid growth, in my opinion.
Oh, right. It wasn't your oppression and your abuse that suppressed growth, right? It's the boundaries that are causing a lack of growth. Yet everyone who goes no contact grows more in a shorter amount of time than they ever had in the past. Yet that's preventing growth. Keep telling yourself that, lady.
When you have a bad experience happen to you, it's not a bad day. It's a bad experience.
What we're not talking about bad experiences. We're talking about abuse from you that you want to friggin' redefine as a bad experience. No, it's abuse. It's abuse. We go no contact because you repeatedly, purposefully, with calculation, abuse us. And you can't let it go. You refuse to let it go.
Bad moment. It passes. But conflict is...
Oh, it passes. It passes. Says who? It obviously hasn't passed if if your children cut you off. So it didn't pass. What are you talking about?
Part of a meaningful relationship, is it not?
We don't want to have a meaningful relationship with you anymore. That ship has sailed.
If you're married to someone for 60 plus years, you don't think they never argued? You don't think they never had conflict with each other? You think they spent their entire life and career and relationship always agreeing?
We're not married to you. Again, I would assume, I'm going to assume it's a son who went no contact, that she completely tried the son husband. Could be wrong, but I'm guessing. Stop comparing marriage to your children. You're not married to your children, but they think they are. They think they are.
No. Learning to navigate disagreements with empathy and patience and resilience is vital.
More empathy, so they want more empathy for themselves. She's talking about for herself. She doesn't have a problem with them. They have a problem with her, yet she's the one who needs the empathy and patience. We've been patient for decades. This wasn't an overnight decision. This wasn't a one-off thing. This wasn't one disagreement or one argument or one fight that caused all this. This is decades upon decades of abuse that you had been confronted with numerous times, more times than can be remembered, and you refuse to change. Now you still want empathy and patience. No, your time's run out. The time is run out on the estranged parent, and they don't like it.
encouraging estrangement without exploring resolution stifles emotional development.
Oh my God. They act like this all hasn't been attempted. They act like, oh, this is just out of nowhere, and it's not. And the more she talks, the more you can see it. More just vague statements, okay, in search for sympathy and pity. Patience. So what patience means is just more time for me to abuse you, more time for me to convince you you're the problem.
You're sending false messages to these younger generation that you are so stating that you counsel every day in your office. Like,
How do you know? How do you know? You don't. You don't know that, but you'll assume it and you'll put it out there.
Kind of don't understand. By normalizing estrangement as a boundary, we're enabling young adults to cut ties instead of teaching them to mend their relationships with family.
Teaching them to mend. Who's teaching you to mend, by the way? No one. No one. All you're looking for is an avenue to hoover them back in. It's all on us. It's always been on us.
What kind of legacy does that leave for our next generation after this?
If you cared about the next generation, you wouldn't have destroyed your children in the first place.
It's very scary, in my opinion. The real cost
sure it is
avoidance. Okay, so this is what you get when you try to record something while you're at work. So it's important to recognize that estrangement is...
This is how you dress for work? With your wrinkled chest and tattoos hanging out? Really? This is how you dress for work?
Not just a personal choice. We get that. But with all of this that's currently going on, it's a generational ripple.
Uh-huh.
When young adults are taught that leaving is better than resolving, the cycle is going to repeat itself.
No, we're breaking the cycle. No, cutting you out is breaking the cycle. The cycle of what, by the way? What do you mean the cycle? So this is, like you said, this has been going on for generations because you just admitted it's a cycle. A cycle of what? A cycle of abuse.
Parents grieve. Families are torn apart.
Oh.
And
at your hands because of your behavior, which you refuse to acknowledge or change.
Healing process is pushed further out of reach.
No, it's yes, it is pushed for because we don't want it. It's beyond healing and you can't accept it. It's beyond healing. You've gone too far for too long. It's over. And you refuse to accept the consequences of your own behaviors.
If we continue down this path of weaponizing boundaries, we risk creating a culture where empathy is replaced with indifference and resolution by severance.
Good. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
I'm so tired.
Empathy for you. Who says we don't have empathy for other people in our lives? We clearly do. You're only talking about yourself, which is what the problem is it's always been about you and not your children.
Tired of hearing the word boundaries used as a sword. It's not. Like, let's teach.
It's not a sword. It's a boundary. It's a barrier, not a sword. You see it as a sword because it stops your attack. It stops your engagement. It stops your gaslighting. It stops your hoovering. A boundary is a boundary. It keeps you out.
These younger generation, resilience, the importance of communication, and compassion instead of running from discomfort.
Compassion for the abuser. Whose compassion? Where have she spoken in 6 minutes and 24 seconds about her compassion for her children? Any of them. Ever. Find me one. Find me one. I'm sure there's one out there. The only compassion and empathy they ever talk about is their own.
Estrangement shouldn't be the last chapter of conflict and not the opening paragraph.
It's not the opening. It is always the last resort.
Thanks for listening. Have a good day.
Thanks for blathering and give us something else to make fun of. So they want to redefine what a boundary is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a bridge, not a bridge. So you're going to build a wall with a bridge over. Like, she's insane. And she goes and she posts this, looking for empathy, looking for sympathy. And she'll get some of it. She is. But people are still going to call her out. And they hate it when a therapist sees through it. Unbelievable. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, River Floater, for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you want to expose, you want to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you want to sponsor a video like this, or someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general, keep it supported, growing, and successful, then you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or Super Chat options in the description box below, along with my email address. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to hype this video if you can on your mobile device. Please also subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. And if you haven't watched this video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Follow me on TikTok, X, and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.